iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. Before I get to today's info, I just always have to tell you, listen to me. Go to playffwc.com right now, okay? So, 3 games to choose from when you get there. Game number 1 is the Beat Dr. Roto and Adam Ronis contest, okay? Come beat us in this contest. And if you win, if you beat my score and Adam's score, one team with the highest score will get a free entry into the 2018 Fantasy Football World Championship. That is a $1,700, $1,795 actually, $1,795 for free because it costs you nothing and you get to play against me and Adam. It's very simple. You pick your fantasy team. You have to have 1 player per team in the playoffs, right? Can't have 2 Patriots or 2 Eagles or anything like that. And if your score is higher than our score, you win. All right, you win, right? Or you could win big. And then there are many other prizes as well. Also, Maui Madness. So Maui Madness, for $25, you can win a trip for 4 to a 5-star resort on Maui for 6 nights. Plus, you get airfare for 4 people. 4 people plus room. So you're going to Maui for a week on us. That's pretty cool. Plus, there's entries into our online championship, game credit for Scout. It's $25 to play, or if you get a 5-pack of entries, you get that for $100. And then lastly, the Playoff Draft World Championship. Okay, $199, 6 teams per league. 1 team wins $500, and somebody is going to win a grand prize of $20,000. That's right, $20,000. And 1 out of 6 people will win $500. Okay? Pretty good deal, right? You got a shot. You got a shot to be there. So I'm going to be talking about these contests all week, and I want you guys to play. And I think starting tomorrow, I'll break down the playoff games, and I will give you Dr. Roto's ultimate playoff strategy for playoff fantasy football coming tomorrow. But today I want to do something, since it's fresh in my mind. I wanted to go through each team very quickly and look at 1 or 2 things that I have questions about for the offseason, right? Because a lot of times I forget these things. I get into baseball mode, I get into golf and basketball and all these other things, and then I forget these things. So I want to, now that it's fresh in my mind, the season's over, I want to know certain things. Arizona, who's the quarterback? Is Larry Fitzgerald coming back? What are we doing with Adrian Peterson? And who's going to replace Bruce Arians? This team is a mess. They may have to start over. So I have tons of questions about the Cardinals. The Atlanta Falcons. Is Steve Sarkisian going to be back there? And if so, or if not, actually, who's going to run this offense? Because this offense did not gel this year as well as it did last year. Not saying it was bad this year, but it was a big drop-off from Kyle Shanahan. Baltimore Ravens. Man, I think it may be time to replace Joe Flacco. Who's their tight end? Who's their other receiver? Perriman's a bust. Yes, I'm calling it. Perriman's a bust. I said it at the time. I say it now. The only good sign there is Alex Collins. For the Bills, are they going to commit to Tyrod Taylor, or are they going to start a new regime at quarterback? Because they have a lot of draft picks this year. But do you go with Tyrod Taylor, or do you give up on him? Carolina, who is their second receiver? Is it Damiere Byrd? Is it Curtis Samuel? Who is it? They better find a second receiver. You can't win in the NFL with 1 receiver. You just can't. For the Chicago Bears, will anybody figure out a way to use Tariq Cohen properly? Can they get a number 1 receiver? Is Adam Shaheen good enough to play tight end? I think he is. I really like this guy. For Cincinnati, is Marvin Lewis back? Will Joe Mixon continue to see the ball? Or are they going to go to Giovanni Bernard again, who looked pretty good at the end of the year? Where is John Ross? And is Tyler Eifert ready to return? A lot of questions there. For Cleveland, oh my God, who's going to be their starting quarterback next year, because we know it's not Deshaun Kaiser. That guy's poo-poo on a stick. For the Dallas Cowboys, I think the biggest question is Dez Bryant a number one receiver? A lot of you Cowboys fans, I'm sure, would argue that he is. I don't think he looks so great this year. I'm just throwing it out there. For the Denver Broncos, is C.J. Anderson the guy you want to lead your team at running back? And who is the quarterback? Is it Chad Kelly? It's certainly not Brock Osweiler. Paxton Lynch stinks. John Elway may be a lot of things, but he is not giving his team a shot to win with those guys at quarterback. For the Detroit Lions, can they run the football? And if not, who can run the football for this team? For the Green Bay Packers, at running back, is it Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, or Ty Montgomery? When they're all healthy, who plays, how much do they play, how do they rotate these guys? And is Jordy Nelson legit anymore? Because when Aaron Rodgers went out, he dropped off the face of the earth. Houston Texans, I have one question. One, is Deshaun Watson going to be ready to play week 1? For the Indianapolis Colts, I have one question. Well, two actually. Is Andrew Luck going to be able to play week 1? And please, can they play Marlon Mack more? That is a question, but it's also a statement. Play Marlon Mack more, and can you play Marlon Mack more? Jacksonville Jaguars, my big question to this team. When Allen Robinson returns, how do you fit him into Lee, Cole, and Westbrook? I'm not saying Robinson isn't better, but you've got Lee who needs the football. Keelan Cole looked good. D.D. Westbrook looked good. I mean, what do you do with Allen Robinson at this point? Somebody's going to be upset when Robinson comes back. For the Kansas City Chiefs, call me crazy, but I thought Pat Mahomes looked pretty good. I was impressed with what I saw. If they lose early in the playoffs, will Andy Reid turn this team over to Mahomes? For the Rams, are they going to re-sign Sammy Watkins? I don't think so, but it's a big question. Because without him, is Robert Woods ready to be the number one receiver? And then can Kupp and Reynolds and Pharaoh Cooper step up? I think it's just good to have Sammy Watkins there because it helps the other guys be better because the other team's number one cornerback covers Sammy Watkins. For the Los Angeles Chargers, my question is Mike Williams. You drafted this guy super high last year. Can he make an impact in 2018? Because his impact this year was just not good enough. Seriously, 11 catches, 95 yards. Got to be better than that. The Miami Dolphins. Who's your quarterback? Are you committing to Ryan Tannehill? And what's up with Jarvis Landry? Are you going to sign him to a contract? And are we done with Devontae Parker? I got questions there. For the Minnesota Vikings, you've got Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, and Case Keenum, all as free agents. Who are you resigning? Who are you going to battle with? Is it Case Keenum? Can you risk that? Can you risk Sam Bradford, who always gets injured? For the Patriots, the question is Tom Brady. How much more does he have to go? And you have to prepare for life without Brady. You gave away Jimmy Garoppolo. Can you find this year's Garoppolo? The Saints. Man, I don't know. This is one team without a lot of questions, but who's the second receiver? Is it Teddy Ginn or is it Willie Snead the fourth? Remember, Willie Snead did not play the first few weeks of the season. So, I mean, he was basically out through week 7. And then he didn't play much when he came back. This was a guy who dominated last year. Can they bring him back into the fold? The New York Giants, is Eli Manning their guy? And if so, how long will they go with him? For the Jets, Matt Forte is going to be done. Do you give the ball to Bilal Powell or do you continue rotating your running backs? And what do you do with Josh McCown, who made you guys relevant this year? And if John Morton goes to Oakland with John Gruden, who's going to be your offensive coordinator? John Morton at least made you respectable. For the Oakland Raiders, can anybody make Amari Cooper a number one receiver? Anybody on planet Earth? For the Philadelphia Eagles, will Carson Wentz be ready week 1? I don't think so. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, do you trade Martavis Bryant? You got something great with Juju Smith-Schuster. You have something great with Antonio Bryant. With Antonio Brown, is Martavis Bryant going to be happy being the third fiddle there? I don't know. For the Seattle Seahawks, please tell me, 1, who's going to fix this offensive line? And 2, who's your starting running back? Is it Chris Carson? Is it Mike Davis? I don't know. Do you believe in any of these guys? For the San Francisco 49ers, do you re-sign Carlos Hyde, one, and two, go out and who's going to be your second receiver? Because I don't think you can win with Aldrick Robinson. Well, I know there's Pierre Garçon. Is he going to be healthy? Garçon and Goodwin, is that good enough? For the Buccaneers, are you finally done with Doug Martin? And secondly, can you get rid of Deshaun Jackson? Because Chris Godwin is better than Deshaun Jackson today. No doubt in my mind. For the Tennessee Titans, are you going to continue with a running back by committee with DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry? I hope not. I want to see Derrick Henry, as do most fantasy owners. And finally, for the Washington Redskins, a couple of questions. One, is Josh Doctson a legit receiver? Two, do you re-sign Kirk Cousins? And three, is Samaje P. Ryan going to be your starting running back? My God, so many questions in the offseason. So many directions teams can go. We just have to watch them. We have to pay very close attention to see how these things work out. But these are things that I want to pay attention to in the offseason. And it all starts from the draft. Who are teams drafting? Free agency period? Who are they signing? You want to win in high-stakes football. It's not easy, but I'm going to tell you a way to do it. Pay close attention. Every move in the offseason matters. Every signing, every coaching move, guys brought in, it's a ripple effect. It helps someone, how it helps someone, how it helps someone, how it helps someone. You got to pay attention to these things. That's what high-stakes players do. They don't just go, okay, it's baseball, I'll come back for football 2 weeks before. That's what guys in home leagues do. Guys who win big money, guys who win $150,000, they're studying all year. And that's what you need to do if you want to win the Fantasy Football World Championship. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Now remember, if you want to win in DFS, you go to scoutdfs.com. That's where you go. You sign up for our podcasts. You sign up for our scout scores. You sign up for our optimizer. You get smart. That's where you go. Secondly, don't forget to go to play ffwc.com. You only have a few more days to sign up. Once Saturday hits, guys, maybe till noon we'll take it, but after that, I think it's done. So you better get there now and sign up for playoff fantasy football. I swear by it, it's one of my favorite things to do. It keeps me energized during the playoffs. Because you know what? I love playing fantasy football, and I don't want it to stop just because the playoffs are there. All right, guys, I can't believe I forgot to mention it. I want to wish you and yours, a very happy and healthy 2018. I hope 2018 brings you a great year. Health, wealth, happiness, and much fantasy sports success. And if we can be part of that success here at Scout Fantasy Sports, we're very happy to do so. All right, this is Dr. Roto saying he'll be back tomorrow with playoff analysis. It begins. How to win your playoff championships. I'll let you know tomorrow. Have a great day. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!